When the baby cries, what do you say? Shut up? You rock the baby, you hold the baby. The baby's hurt.
Mm.
The baby doesn't know why it's hurt. You don't know why the baby's hurt. But care for that baby that didn't do anything wrong.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ofosu Jones-Quartey.
And I'm Leah Santa Cruz.
And we are the meditation coaches on the Balance app.
And this is our weekly show, Well Balanced, where we explore ways to live a healthier and a happier life.
And speaking of living a happier life, I've got a guest for us today that is someone who always seems to be embodying joy. My friend, my teacher, and also just like a North Star in my life. I call her Mama Aisha. Her name is Aisha Ali. And just to give y'all a sense of what Aisha is all about, I want to play a quick video from her Instagram.
I'm encouraging myself and you to be a rebel today. Smile. Smile at people you know, smile at people you don't know, smile at people who frown when you smile at them. Be rebellious and smile.
I mean, that you can't not smile when you hear that.
It's true. It gave me a big smile.
Yeah. So Aisha is also co-founder of Heart Refuge Mindfulness Community here in the DC area where I'm at. Aisha is a teacher, a poet, a writer, a performer, a bright shining light, and she's here with us now. Peace, Mama Aisha. How are you?
Peace, baby. I'm blessed and highly favored, as the older people used to say.
Thank you so much for taking time to be with us. You really represent joy and freedom and ease. And one thing that I just find so incredible about you is, I don't know if it's like spidey sense or whatever, but I get messages from you very regularly that are always like exactly what I need to hear, right on time. And hold on. You know what? I'm just going to do this on the spot. I'm going to pull up my phone right now. And this is a message from Mama Aisha. Good morning, precious. May you move through this day knowing you are held by a lineage of love and care and your own good and beautiful heart. Love you much, baby. Like, I mean,
I get why you call her Mama Aisha. That's what, like, I was like, man, I want a mama like that, saying stuff like that to me. So beautiful.
Really special.
Yeah.
So my first question is, I experience you as Mama Aisha in her full form, but like, have you always been this way? And could you talk to us about how you arrived at the current state of being that you are?
Oh, thank you, love. I want to be clear. I worked for this, okay? I practiced for this. I lived for this. Lucille Clifton has a beautiful poem, and the end is, won't you celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed?
Oh, wow.
But smiling does not mean that, or people have retreated from the fact that Black people are still going through hell. And everybody else is going through hell, and people are poor. What it is a decision to hold myself as precious, to lean on the lineage of older people that said, baby, don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let anybody make you forget that you woke up this morning, that you're breathing, that you got teeth in your mouth. You know, to smile. I didn't smile for years. In fact, I have, in my world, they call them buck teeth, and I wouldn't smile. So to be clear, this has been a journey and a choice, and that's what joy is. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Take your humanity away. This isn't about, I got some kind of joy gene going on. But I do have a blessing, and that's from a lineage of people who chose to love, chose to laugh, chose to create the blues. So I want to lean into that because I'll be looking at 70 in July.
Are you a Leo, Mama Aisha?
No, Cancer.
Really? Okay. Well, we're neighbors. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, baby, you good. But like all older people, on our way out, I want to share some things because I want people to be free. So anyway, ask me something else because I will go on.
We can listen to you too.
I think it's so relatable to hear from you that you weren't just born this way, that this has been deliberate and this has been something that you continue to work on, and that you yourself have been through a very difficult times in your life. And I think so many people listening could relate to that. And is there anything else that you might be able to share with someone who might be in the throes of a really difficult time? Like, how can they tap into that?
Many of us, I know I was, are encased in shame and guilt. And stories about how we are not worthy, much less precious. And a mind that constantly defaults to what I did wrong or comparing mine, all those things that get in the way. This is what I did, and I encourage other people to do. You got a baby picture. I have a picture of myself as a little baby. She does not deserve to be mistreated. For those folks who are in love with their minds and can get trapped into inquiry, I encourage, move to the baby, move to your baby self. Take care of that baby. When the baby cries, what do you say? Shut up. You rock the baby. You hold the baby. The baby's hurt. The baby doesn't know why it's hurt. You don't know why the baby's hurt. But care for that baby that didn't do anything wrong. So I'd enter there, not through the portal of thinking about stuff, because thinking about stuff will take you to places that might not be supportive.
It's an honor to be able to talk with someone like yourself who has experienced so much life and has this wisdom to share. And you talk about it on your social media about aging joyfully. You know, I'm in my late 30s, and as a woman in this world, I see already how difficult it is to appreciate aging joyfully and the pressures of society for women, especially to continue looking like we're in our 20s forever. And that's impossible. I would love if you could talk about how do you embrace aging and what's helped you with that.
Well, I had the advantage of growing up in a matriarchal, multi-generational household. So what did that mean? That mean that I grew up in a culture where mama said, yeah, you don't have nothing interesting to say till you're 55 anyway, baby. So go over there and sit with the little children's table. So there was this real honoring of the stages of life, right? What's happened, unfortunately, is that they have gotten us ashamed of the gift of living. All right. Women are being encouraged to be ashamed of the terrain that shows what we've gone through. You want me to be ashamed of that? You know, they've made younger women afraid of older women. And I am not a cemetery, I'm a portal. You don't need to be afraid. Okay. That's why I added years ago in circles, you know, we're doing pronouns. She, her, and the appellation, Your Majesty. And the first couple of years, every time I would say it, people would get so tickled. And now people don't get tickled anymore. They know when I show up, they know what's up, you know? But partly to push against the invisibility of older women. Older women are not in conversation with younger women, you know? Or if it is, there may be some toxicity involved. I'm mad at you because I'm not young. You mad at, you know, you mad at me because I may be your future. It's a mess. But the truth is, aging is a gift. It's a tremendous gift. And things fall. If stuff doesn't fall, baby, you've either had an operation or I don't know, you've been living in space. You know, nothing is wrong. It's just life.
I think this goes for men too, because I think it's affecting a lot of men as well.
Yeah. So, Mama Aisha, I want to pivot to talking about meditation. You and I have taught together. We've taught young people together. And so I'm curious if you could share a bit about the role that meditation plays in your life, in your daily life. And perhaps you could start with how you discovered meditation and why you chose to make it a part of your life.
Oh, I would love it if all that stuff was intentional, if I had a plan. Pain, right? Fannie Lou Hamer, sick and tired of being sick and tired. I wanted to be free more than I wanted to be afraid. I wanted to be free more than I wanted to be angry. I wanted to be free more than anything. So that was me leaving the Soweto part of town, for y'all that don't know, DC, and getting on 2 trains, a bus, and then walking to a yoga studio in the white part of town. And I wanted to be free more than I wanted to be irritated by the savage inequality of that journey. And ultimately, I found that the wisdom was there, but it did not fit real life for me because I don't live in a yoga studio. I've got sirens and gunshots. So the idea that there was an approach that required all these things, all of y'all listen to me, it don't require nothing. It requires your breath and an exquisite gentleness with yourself. That's all it requires. But anyway, so I just kept going and staying. In another iteration, I might have retracted because the training and the history for a Black body in white spaces is to assimilate, right? You want to code switch. Code switching is when I come out of my voice and start moving in here. Yeah, it's that thing. But the only way I could stay is to be more and more myself.
Yeah.
And then I co-founded with Rashid Hughes, the Heart Refuge mindfulness community, and encourage people that this path, for those of us who had jobs where the supervisor's going to write you up when you do the wrong thing, this is not for that. This is to be free. And to be free requires me to be gentle and kind to myself. First of all, baby, how are you going to be good to somebody when you're self-harming all day? But I'm going to come and help you. Baby, don't come help me if you take care of yourself. So anyway, I bring that to my teaching. That's my path. I don't think anybody thought I was going to be a teacher. That's the thing is I want folks to understand that they're precious and they don't have to work hard. Don't tell the Zen Buddhists I said that, but anyhow, you don't need to walk on a certain corner of your feet. You don't need to have a certain diet. If you have hot dogs, eat a hot dog. Don't change your diet and think you got to be a vegetarian now. You don't have to do that. You can still eat your mama's cooking. You good. But anyway, I don't have a path, baby. I just had a calling. I'll just put it that way.
If I remember my early days of teaching, I'm just speaking to the permission that you give me to show up with my nose ring and my tattoos and my chains and my hip hop and my actual speaking voice. And because I remember when I first started teaching and I was showing up in like button up polos and like and a tie and feeling very, very inauthentic, but I felt that was the way to be safe because I was like the only Black person there and I didn't want to, put myself in danger. So I just want to say thank you for being an example of what it means to be free in any space. But I really want to shine a light on Heart Refuge. If you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about what Heart Refuge is for anybody who might not be familiar.
Heart Refuge is a community for people of color. And the name says what it is, that you can come here and just be yourself. That you're going to be all right. Nobody's going to pick at you. Nobody's going to say you did the wrong thing. We're going to move into awareness. The foundations are we bring in ancestry, right? And we do intentional community. We got numbers, how you doing? Because it can't just be, I'm going to practice and then we're going to leave and, we'll never see you again and nobody's checking on you. That's why I be sending you those texts, you know? And thirdly, we focus on meditations that support our awareness of the body. So those are the foundations of that community.
Thank you so much, Aisha, for sharing all your lovely wisdom and your heart with us. It's been an honor to receive and to learn and be inspired by you.
Oh, well, this has been a blessing. And just please be gentle with yourself, right? This thing is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So take it easy.
Last question. It's a fun one. What is giving you life right now, Mama Aisha?
What is my candles, baby? My candles. I got my place lit up. So yeah, and just life, baby. Just waking up, I smile. Another 24 hours lay before me. I vow to be present to each one and look at everyone with the eyes of compassion. What? That's me.
I'm going to do that today.
Thank you so much really just the reminder. It's something that's so important to me. I'm always wanting people to be kind to themselves. There's a way that you share it that just is like a transmission right from the heart. And I really, really appreciate it. And the rebellious smile is a big deal. It's almost like an object of contemplation. What does that mean to smile rebelliously? We could have a whole nother conversation about that. So yeah, I'll leave it there.
Wherever you are, thank you so much for joining us. And if you are not already watching, please check us out on YouTube. We've got links to Heart Refuge and Aisha's work in the episode description for you.
And if you like this episode, which I hope you did, I don't see how you couldn't, please send this to your loved ones, send them a text, start a chain email, post about it. Everybody spreading the word that's what keeps us going. So thank you so much.
And as always, we'll be back again next week for another awesome conversation.
Don't forget to be kind to yourself. Take care. Peace.
Ciao.